Okay, cool. So we're going to wait till the people hop on. Hopefully they were prepared because we are a tad bit late. So they probably were waiting for the notification to come on their screen. K-Vic Relations going live. Let's do it. So we have here Batty Quay in the building.
What's up?
She traveled all the way from Columbus.
Yes.
To be here with me today. So I'm very appreciative of that, and I hope you guys are too, because you're going to learn some new things today about her, and maybe you might even, learn a few gems that you can apply to your business moves that you have going on. So as you all know, I like to start the show off with the quote of the day. So today's quote is, "Success is not about your circumstances, it's about who you're being." So I like that. So your circumstance may not be what you want right now, but it's about the journey, and it's about, the growth, the internal growth that happens when you are trying to reach your goals. So perfect quote for today. I can apply it right now, actually, in my everyday life. So moving on, we also shout out Black-owned businesses, and Batty Quay actually got a few on this page. I'm going to have her shout out the Black-owned businesses. So go ahead.
First and foremost, I want to go ahead and start out with the studio that me and my brother just opened recently in the past 2 weeks, the Camera Lab 614 on Instagram. Of course, my baby 4-Eye Portraits, my best friends, Clothing Boutique, Birds Boutique, my lash tech just for Winks, my hairstylist, the collection for She, my brother, Fastlane Crew Clothing, my homie Ox over at Ill Reference, of course, my favorite client, Blink by Beb, and then, of course, my homegirl, Kayla. She's a makeup artist in the Youngstown, Cleveland, Akron area, and she is at Kayla Glams. And then last but not least, my brother, he most definitely just got started with his own photography service, and it is Blueface Productions.
Nice. Yes. So a lot of great businesses out there that you're going to have to follow. Later on after the show, I will put all of those businesses in the caption so you guys can go follow them. So make sure y'all tap in with them. All right, let's get started with the interview, the good stuff. Yes, jump right in. So I like to start off with the icebreaker. Okay, and so the icebreaker, I'm going to ask you some random questions just to tap into your personality a little bit. So the first question I have is, if you're stranded on a desert island and have the option of bringing 3 items with you, what 3 items would they be?
Shoot. A generator.
Okay. Smart.
To charge all my items. I would also say like all my Apple products, my iPad, my phones.
It's creative for you. That's a creative response.
Like just so I have something to keep me busy. And I mean, I know we on live, but I'm gonna say that the tree.
Oh, okay.
That will keep me, a little sane out there on the island by myself. But those 3 things, most definitely, because with the generator, I'll be able to keep power. Nothing will, die. I mean, hopefully I got a signal out there somewhere, but instead I could just use the notes and brainstorm while I'm out there until someone comes and get me.
And come back with hella content.
Yes, most definitely.
It is a desert island. So, hey,
I got time.
That's what I'm saying. So, good. Okay, so if you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
Dang. I would be a dog.
Okay, why?
I don't know. It's just, I love dogs. Dogs really have a special place in my heart. And dogs, I feel like they're kind of like furry humans. Like I don't know if everybody else is able to talk to them, but I feel like I have that connection with dogs where I can hold a conversation with them and completely understand them.
And they are literally hearing you. Like,
And dogs are hilarious. And I find myself very funny too. Like I do some things where it's just like, really? Did you do that? So I would most definitely say a dog.
Yes.
So, a strong dog. Probably like a pit.
I was going to say, what breed?
Most definitely a pit bull.
Okay.
I feel like I'll be a cute pit bull.
Yeah, okay. Got a little feisty too.
Yes,
Lock
a little
the jaw
feisty.
on,
Yes, but also, overprotected, and nice. Because
pit
bulls are nice
too.
They are.
They
just don't like to be played with, for real.
No. Not at all.
And that's me.
Yeah, exactly. So perfect. All right. So if you could be guaranteed one thing in life besides money, what would it be and why?
Besides money?
Mm-hmm. Because that would be everybody's top answer, I feel like.
If I could be guaranteed one thing in life. Dang, that's a hard one. That's one to really think about, too. I would probably say longevity in life.
Okay.
You know, make sure I'm there for a minute to leave my mark. I don't want to, protection, security.
Right,
I don't want to be hurt, or I don't want no natural causes to happen, but I want to be guaranteed that I'm going to live to this certain age.
Right, okay.
So
that's a good one. I think I would have to say the same, because you can do so much in that time. But then at the same time, I will also ask that I also won't age physically, like, you know, and just still have, and they say black don't crack.
Right.
But,
you still look young.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still look good and still be able to accomplish the things that I want to.
Yeah.
All right. So if you could have any celebrity over for dinner, who would it be and why?
Ooh. Right now, it would probably be Brent Faiyaz.
Ooh, I love him.
I love him. I love his music, and I would really want to pick his brain. Just ask him questions, I would cook the dinner myself, actually.
Okay.
So, and just sit there and have a conversation with him. A good conversation, not just a, hey, how are you? Just, just kind of like dig into what he's doing, what he's trying to do, and, the type of person that he is. Because he's a normal person. He's from Baltimore, Maryland.
Right,
so,
right.
And he comes out a lot in Baltimore, so I will say that I feel like he would be easy to just, invite over and talk to.
Right. Maybe, take a few photos.
Yeah.
Of course.
We're going to take some pictures.
Yeah, for sure. Because you well on your way to, doing celebrity
I'm trying to.
And I know that I saw your post where you affirmed that. So 5 years from now, when you're doing it, you can look back and say, back in 2021, I said that. And I'm doing that right now.
Yes, I did.
So I love that. All right, so that was my last icebreaker question. So we can dive right into the interview questions. Also, thank you everybody for tapping in. Make sure you get your questions ready and comment below. And my homie, Michelangelo, he's going to announce those questions out so that she can respond on live.
Yes.
So, just give them a soft introduction about who you are, what it is you do, all that good stuff.
Well, my name is Quay Baby. It's Quaylin and Shell, actually, but everybody calls me Quay Baby. I've been going by Quay Baby for I don't even know how long. It just became a nickname, and it stuck for me.
If it's up, then it's stuck.
Yeah. I've been a photographer for the last 3 years. I've been a full-time photographer for the last year. Like I said earlier in the show, I recently opened up a photography studio with my god brother called The Camera Lab. I still have some other brands that I'm still trying to work on at the moment too. You were a vendor a couple years ago at the Sweet Sexy Savage panel discussion.
Yes,
so I'm trying to get that
event.
So I'm trying to get that back up and running. Anything
you need a 2.0 of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I'm actually trying to transition it into like a all girls travel group.
Oh,
so we can go out.
And one of the vendors, who I think is your best friend.
My best
really
friend. She's
close?
a travel agent, so most definitely want to connect with
up.
her so that we can, provide a service for, just boss girls just to travel the country together, even out of the country.
Okay, I love
but
that.
That's just a little bit about me. I did graduate from Kent State University.
Alumni.
Yes, I graduated in 2020 during the pandemic, so I haven't even got a chance to walk the stage yet. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and I am 25 years old.
Yeah,
so
good
I'm trying to
stuff.
do the thing.
Yeah, and she ain't trying. She is doing the dang on thing. So what services and products do you currently offer right now under your brand?
So currently right now I do offer photography services of any kind. I don't turn down anything. I don't have like a specific type of style of photography that I do.
Okay.
I go from headshots to product to branding to weddings, events, Even recently, I just started shooting at concerts. I made my way in finally. So it's actually been like a really big blessing just to get in there.
Those 50 Cent photos.
Yeah, those are actually my favorite because that night I enjoyed myself because I think a couple weeks prior I shot at the Jacquees concert in Columbus. And that was cool.
I seen those photos.
Yeah, Jacquees only came on stage for 3 songs, but 50, he did a whole concert, and I felt like I was
snap.
I felt like I was young again because I didn't really know, like, dang, I really like 50 Cent's music.
Right.
And he was playing all the bangers too. And we had a moment during the night. He did hand me a bottle of his champagne personally.
Nice.
He was like, give it to the girl right there with the red hair. See, I'm always keep my red hair because they gonna remember me.
Okay.
But we kept locking eyes, and when I got the champagne bottle, he was like, he gave me the thumbs up. So I really appreciated that because I feel like he would remember me because I am, like, in Columbus, I'm one of the only girls that's shooting at concerts. The other photographers, it's all men. So I'm the only one up on the speaker.
That's your competitive
to the security, there. Like, can y'all let me up on this speaker and help me up there? And I'm up there snapping away. So right now it's just photography services, but I do want to, like, start, like, doing just some merch just to get out there so people know who I am as well. Just important. To, just some extra cash coming in and just to provide for the studio space too. And then also providing an affordable rental space for photography for other photographers because I was once there where I was only charging, $50 an hour, went up to $75 an hour, but as a photographer, a lot of people want studio. And if you don't have your own studio, you do have to rent through another photographer or a photography rental studio, and those fees add up. I will say they added up, and that's what kind of pushed me to want to get my own studio at the same time. So just being able to, kind of give back to my own community at the same time.
Okay, for sure. I love that. So going back to the 50 thing or photos, when you posted them, it's social media time. Tag. Yeah. Now, did he react to any of those posts?
No, he has not reacted to any of the posts. Jacquees didn't react either. He reacted to a tweet saying that we had a moment, and I'm just like,
no, I need you to see the picture. Like, can be your personal
but I did, like, after each concert, like, I had there was a concert photographer that I met through Clubhouse a couple months ago, and she just DM'd me like, hey, post them on your story, tag them, send them to the email, get the edits done right away. So every time I come home from a concert, I'm literally editing the pictures right then and there. And then I just send them off to the emails that they have in their bio. So one day they're going to go through the email and they're going to find the pictures and they may post them. So fingers crossed that they do. But I mean, like, he did see me that night.
Yeah,
we did have something.
A moment. So he should remember the red hair.
Yeah. So I was trying to make my way over there like, yo, I got some pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
But it just didn't work out that way.
So I need everybody that's watching right now to go head over to Batty Quay's page, find that photo of 50 Cent, and tag his ass so he can see that, because they were fire. Same with Jacquees. Make sure y'all go find that photo and tag them. If you do that, I may reach out to you, and I may have something special for you. So go ahead, do that right now so my homegirl can get put on.
Yes.
Because that's what we all about.
Yes, most definitely.
So good luck to you in that. And I feel like that could be your thing, too. I can really see you being like a travel, fun, celebrity photographer.
Yes.
So I see that for you. So can you tell me what being an entrepreneur means to you?
Being an entrepreneur to me means it's all, I won't say it's all me, but I don't have to, I don't have to think twice about anything. It's just, it's either my way or I'm just going to throw it out the way. And it feels good to work for myself finally, because I've been working since the age of 15.
Hustler.
Yes.
Hustling your whole life.
It's last year during 2020 I decided to take that leap of faith, and ever since I've just been working for myself, and being an entrepreneur to me is like the best thing that's ever happened to me. Like, I feel like sometimes I wasted my time at Kent State, but that kind of pushed me off to get into hustle mode, because in college you kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, and you got to figure it out. So I feel like that's where a lot of my hustling came from. So now that I'm an entrepreneur, it's amazing because I get to do anything I want, like
at
travel. I'm working, you know. I do have a set schedule with photography, but I still have a lot of free time where I can do things, and I don't have to request time off and just go block the books off. Blessings. But it's a really amazing experience, and I wish, or I hope that people that, you know, are very, you know, passionate about that one business that they want to start, you know, they take that leap of faith to see how it is, because sometimes it can be trial and error. Sometimes it can work. Sometimes you got to shut down and start over. But it's all about the person that's behind the brand too.
For sure. So what would you say was your turning point where you like, I got to drop this 9-to-5, focus full time on this entrepreneurship, this business I have?
So, last year, my last job was taking donations for Joel Osteen. Okay. I was working for a company in Toledo, Ohio, so it was a work from home position. And my phone was ringing while I was at work on a phone call. And the lady, she was just like, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "We're all working from home." And she's like, "I don't think I like this." She was like, "I feel like you're writing down my card information." I'm like, "That's never me. Like, I'm just trying to do my job. I'm trying to help Joe Osteen get the donation." But I'm not on that type of time. Like, I really don't, you know, have the patience to do all of that. So after that phone call, and I came to Akron for the weekend for my best friend's 24th birthday, and I had like 5 shoots booked here. This was at the time when I was only charging like $50 an hour, and I had just graduated from Kent, so a lot of my friends were in Cleveland like, I need a photographer. I came back home with buku money, and I was just like, I'm never going back to work ever again. Like, this is what I want to do. Then I went to Atlanta a week later, so and from then on, I never turned back to applying to a job or going to clock in for somebody, because that, during COVID, that was my breaking point, because you could get let go, you could get hired, could get hired into like a job you don't even want. I didn't even know I was supposed to be doing grocery orders, and then I got switched over to taking donations, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing that because Joel Osteen, of course, he's not my pastor, but I've watched him over the years, and I don't support it. So
no, I feel that.
So that was my turning point when I was just like, let me do something for myself and do this.
Yeah.
So.
And now look, see?
I'm good.
So yeah, like, sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith.
Yes.
Literally. So I say just do it, keep going. And especially, what tips do you have for somebody who's contemplating right now, you know, their 9-to-5, leaving their 9-to-5 to pursue their passion full time?
The tips that I have, I would say go for it. Take that leap of faith. You know, if you're kind of nervous, you know, kind of wait it out, because you don't want to be at a job for years that you dislike, because you're replaceable. Everybody's replaceable. Even if you die the next day, they're going to put your position up on the website once they hear it, probably same day or the next.
So never feel bad.
So you never feel bad, and if you feel like you can make more money working for yourself, do it. Because paychecks stay weekly, every week. I mean, weekly, bi-weekly, and maybe once or twice a month.
Right.
So it's just like,
no, you gotta make yourself. It make sense.
Yeah, like, do it for yourself.
Now, you mentioned you do a lot of photography types. You don't really have a certain kind, or that you know, master in. So I would like to ask, what is your favorite kind of photography then, since you work with so many types?
I would say it would be between brand photo shoots, because sometimes I do get creative direction of those photo shoots where people, you know, ask me like, hey, I just need some help. I'm like, okay, so I'll come up with a concept, and, you know, we'll get it together. And then another one is birthday photo shoots. I love celebrating people's birthdays, and when they choose to come to me, I try to make it a very special occasion, because I do provide a birthday glam session where I provide a bottle of champagne.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then I provide the props for them as well. And then we get it cracking. And then I most definitely try to get the pictures back to them by the time it's their birthday so that they can, release them.
Because that would be the whole point,
But some people like to wait till the last minute. Yeah. I will say that.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't wait till the last minute. Because it's just going to get worse.
Exactly. So what would you say right now is your current motivation, or who is your current motivation?
Ooh. It may sound selfish, but I feel like I motivate myself.
That ain't selfish at all.
Like, baby. I motivate myself. Like, I tell myself that I don't want to be in this same position a year from now. I don't want to be doing this 2 years from now. Like, I kind of write out goals just to hit them so that I can, look back at it like I did it. Like,
I did that.
It's still trying to sink in for me that I work for myself. Like, once 1 year came around, I was just like, dang, I really haven't went to go work for nobody in a really long time. Like, I've thought about it, but I'm just like, what about my clients that are trying to get in? So I'm just like, I motivate myself to be bigger and better. And I've recently been thinking about moving from Ohio because I want better opportunities. Because I want to do, like, brand shoots with, like, Nike, Reebok. Just
big names.
Yeah, like, get a bigger bag.
Right.
So, I mean, like, I'll still take, my regular clients that just, want family photos or birthday photos. But I still, want to expand to something different for myself,
Definitely. And that's on the way, baby. Yes. You just got to keep grinding it out.
Yes.
So, what was the process like for finding the location for the Camera Lab?
It wasn't hard at all because, when I tell you me and my brother have been inseparable since March, we have been inseparable. And I was telling him, like, I'm trying to get a studio, and he was like, well, I'm trying to get into a business too. Like, I want to do something too. Like, that would be cool. Like, we could get our own studio. So, I was already looking at spots, and I think at the time, I didn't have a car. So I would ask him, like, hey, can you take me to these spots to go view them and stuff? And that's when I found the spot we're at now. It's a garage. It's a storage unit. But they have different sizes.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Like, there was no credit checks, no background checks. It was just, you sign a lease, you pay his monthly.
Right.
And the thing is, they were very, They wanted us to come to their unit.
So they were welcoming.
They've never seen one of their units get turned into a photography.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they were really
nice.
excited. Like, okay, how are you guys going to do this?
They checking in. Yeah.
Because the first unit we seen, it was kind of small. And then the second one we seen, we were like, this is all right. This is good. We like this. And then, like, just looking from pictures from when we first got the keys to, like, just gradually moving stuff in, like, our baby was bare. Now it's like a whole studio that we're still working on putting more things into it so it can be like home.
Right.
But it took a minute, but it wasn't really a long process to find a spot because there are a lot of commercial spots in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
But money-wise, there were some expensive ones.
Yeah.
There were some cheap ones. And we wanted some in a nice area, too, because Columbus, I don't know how it is out here in Akron, but it's going crazy in Columbus. So it is in a gated community. So that's what we felt, was
necessary,
good because photography's not cheap. Like, it's not. So that was just a winner for us.
So this question just came to mind because you have that set up. There's no window. So as far as lighting goes, how does that? Is that tricky for you guys, or you bring it?
It's not. Because since it's a studio, so there are no windows, there are no natural lighting. So I don't shoot with natural lighting in my studio, but I may book a different spot that I'm familiar with that does have the windows that has natural lighting, or I'll suggest let's go outside, let's go to the park. But I shoot mainly with light strobes, where I have the triggers connected to my camera and I have it connected to the light.
Nice.
So when I click away, the light just hits.
Nice.
And that's what everyone wants.
Yeah,
exactly. That studio shoot where they come out looking. Boop,
yes, exactly.
So that's which it wasn't a big deal for me because I personally like lights rather than using natural light.
Plus, if you have that extra space that you can actually travel to outside of your studio to get that natural lighting, depending on what the client wants too. So definitely. Okay, so what is a new skill that you learned during the pandemic?
Photography.
Okay.
Like, I will say that photography was most definitely a new skill that I learned during the pandemic because I started out as a journalism major at Kent State, so of course we had to take camera courses where we had to learn how to use the camera, had to do video, had to do editing. So I knew a little something about it. And I had someone in my life at the time who was a photographer, and I was always their muse. So at a time they were just like, okay, I take all these pictures of you, why can't you take any pictures of me? So I'm just like, okay, let me try it. I mean, I take good pictures on the iPhone already, so it's probably not that hard. But shooting through a camera is a totally different story. But I will say, if you have that eye, if you're kind of like a perfectionist and you know kind of like your angles and you know your grids, you're going to be perfect as a photographer. You're going to be fine. But then editing, when I first started, I was throwing like Twitter filters on my stuff because I didn't like the Instagram filters. So I had to go ahead and download
so many
Adobe
apps,
Photoshop,
man. So many apps.
Lightroom, YouTube is my best friend. I swear, YouTube University. And then just reaching out to other photographers, just kind of going underneath their wing, like just asking them questions. And I will say, like, sometimes other photographers, they will step by step give you like stuff at little bits at a time because
which is what?
It's okay, but at the same time it's just like, come on, dude, help me out, you know. But then I do have other photographer friends that'll just be like, just send it to me and I'll edit it for you. Thank you, because I don't know what I'm doing, but they'll be like, I'll teach you at a later date. And then when Clubhouse was popping, I was able to have like a one-on-one session with a photographer. She was bomb at editing, and she was just giving me like the rundown with Photoshop, and then I started using Photoshop afterwards. So editing and photography are two skills together that I learned during the pandemic that I'm still learning today because I want to have quality, photos later down the road. Just keep growing.
Absolutely. And people sleep on Facebook groups too.
Yeah.
Like I follow a few Photoshop. I'm in a few Photoshop groups. And I also have a Cricut at home, so I'm in Cricut groups. So many people that want to share their knowledge, very open. They'll even like slide in your DM on the side and really, send you a whole PDF file with instructions step by step. So very helpful. It is people out there that want to help and see your growth. And I've reached out to a few graphic designers who are big time, but behind the scenes,
they charge.
But my thing is, I wouldn't say big time, like in the big leagues, but they work with one artist and they do all of their behind the scenes stuff, and you wouldn't know who was behind their work.
Right.
Because graphic designers are behind the scenes, but I've reached out to a few of those people who feel like they can be within reach, and they don't respond and things like that. But if that is happening to anyone out there, I feel like don't be discouraged.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Because sometimes you may get a little discouraged because it's like, I'm just looking for, some tips. I know you big time right now, but it's like, come on. So, because I know I want to be that person to somebody else. So sometimes I expect that from other people, and I know I can, or I shouldn't. So, all right. So, let's see. So what is the most rewarding thing about being a photographer?
The reaction from clients after returning their photos. I love the text messages that come back, oh my gosh, I love it, or I'm crying, this and that, or the automatic post. You don't even get a response. They just post it. like, I can't believe these photos. And then just the reaction from their followers or their friends or their family that are putting, you know, the heart eyes that you know,
like I did that.
Yeah,
I
like
I did that.
Like especially when they don't tag me, I am kind of salty, but at
make
the
sure
same
y'all
time,
give her credit, people. Come on.
I'm just like, okay, they're gonna. Sometimes, you know, people like to, you know, gatekeep things, and that's okay. But at the same time, my future client could be one of your followers too.
People that don't have that social media mentality or creative mentality that people like us do, that are in branding, that are in marketing, that understand the importance of all that stuff. There are some people that just don't, and they want to keep you to themselves. I actually have clients that literally said, because I'm like, hey, when you post my work, please tag me in it. And they be like, I really don't want to. I want to keep you to myself. And I really had to explain, like, you know, we got to circulate this Black dollar. Come on. Like, I need more clientele. So they was like, I guess, you know, so you gotta have conversations like that to educate and help them understand the importance of it.
Yeah, and there's also clients that will, you know, argue the fact that, you know, I paid you for a service and, you know, you completed the service. I'm not obligated to tag you or anything. Like, it's just like...
And there's some truth to that. I just don't agree with it.
Yeah, and then most of the time, a lot of us are freelance. So we're kind of like fishing for you know, new leads, new clients and stuff like that. Like we're our own marketers. We're the only ones, you know, posting daily, trying to get clients. So it's just like, give us some help. But you know, it's my work at the end of the day.
But that's when you start having clients sign them contracts that say right there, bold print. First of all, I own all the copyrights to my photos.
As a photographer, it doesn't even matter when someone, you know, makes that final payment. As a photographer, you own the rights to your photos forever. It doesn't, even if you sign a contract, they still own the rights to those photos. And I learned that today.
I saw your post. That's why I brought that up.
Like, I learned that today because I had an incident in Cleveland, Ohio, where she wanted me to sign the rights over to the photos because she didn't want me to gain monetary gain from it. And I was just like, that's not even the type of photographer that I am, but just to, you know, for you to feel comfortable, go ahead. And I just deleted the photos. The photos are no longer mine.
Yeah. But for future reference, they are, though. You know,
some people understand and some people do not.
But yeah, that's why I think it's very important to have that legal stuff in writing. And so you're not getting sued and all that good or bad stuff, not good stuff. So yeah, let's make sure we staying safe, staying smart, moving smart. Right. Clients can be a little bit tricky.
They can.
Especially if they end up wanting their money back because something happened. Photos were great, bomb, but they don't like, you know, they want their money back.
You gotta figure out which ones are the good clients and the sneaky ones.
Because what? All money ain't good money.
Right, and that's absolutely true.
Yeah, for sure. So, how do you deal with difficult clients? Yeah.
I vent to my friends. Like, I vent to my friends. It's really hard trying to deal with a difficult client because you still have to be in, this is my business, this is my brand, I want to be professional, and I don't want to, you know, blow this person off. I don't want to be rude. I don't want them to screenshot anything and, you know, put me on blast. That's my worst fear, is being put on blast, because that can tarnish your business.
Especially when you make it big, because like, those trollers will dig up some stuff. I see it all the time with these celebrities.
So it's just me just trying to allow them to put themselves in my shoes too. So I'm very transparent with all of my clients, and you know, I've made mistakes in the past and I own up to them, and I just tell them, like, I have that conversation, I communicate with them.
Yes, that's key right
and
there.
And then once the conversation is over and everything is over, I block them. So they are no longer able to I cannot provide any more services with them.
Yep.
So I am one of those people, like, if I had a bad experience with you, just on, not even on both of our ends, but it's just like, right, like you said, it's protecting my peace. And that's one thing about being an entrepreneur. I can, you know, I can shut out the people that I don't want to provide those services for. I don't have to take them. Like, at McDonald's, they ain't going to continue to come back in my line every day. So, yeah, that's that's it.
Okay, that's a good answer. So, can you describe your creative process as it relates to bringing visions to life through photography? Like, how does that work?
How does it work?
Mm-hmm.
So, I just recently went to start transitioning into doing more creative concepts because I was kind of getting bored with just the regular portraits, the regular family photos, the birthday pics, this and that. So that's why I kind of like push my clients, do you have any ideas or any concepts? You know, create a Pinterest mood board for me so that I can see it, and then we can go from there. So most definitely having the conversation with the client, having a consultation, kind of picking their brain of what they want, you know, sending me pictures. Like I don't really copy from other photographers because that's just not the type of person I am, and I've already went through imposter syndrome. I'm like, why isn't my work looking like theirs? You know, but it's just trying to meet the expectations of the client and kind of twist it in my own way. So, like I said, communicating and then just sitting down, like, okay, I'm gonna do it this way instead of that way. And I've been creating since a young girl, and then just building sets for some clients. I enjoy that because I did that. You know, it wasn't the exact same thing that they wanted, but I was able to put together something that they enjoyed that, you know, was their own and made it their own.
Right. I like that. It's a story. Yeah. And I think it's always a story to tell behind a picture. So
yeah.
That makes sense. So what would you say has been your favorite shoot so far?
Ooh. Oh my God.
And how recent was it too?
I don't even know how many people I've shot. But my favorite shoot, I don't even think I have a favorite shoot. That's a really hard question. My favorite? I don't have one.
You don't have one?
I love all my work. Well, no, I don't. Like, I take that back. That's just so, I'll be like, ooh, I don't even really like this shoot. But
it's what they wanted, or okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's what they wanted, but it's just like, we didn't click.
Right.
Shoot. Yeah, I don't really have one right now at the moment. I would probably say it wasn't a shoot, like a paid shoot, but I would probably say shooting Jacquees and 50 Cent.
Okay.
Those were because those are celebrities. I mean, not to bash my regular daily clients, but I was able to really get up there and shoot them. Like, I never thought my pictures would come out, that fire for real. Because I had to go home after the Jacquees concert and look up how do I shoot concerts. Take some time to actually do some research. And then came back with the 50 cents, and then was just like
fire. Yeah, those are really those really look like I don't know, like someone who follows him around with that, you know, and posted it for his brand personally. So
that's what I was trying. I was up there snapping.
For sure. So we got a few new viewers out here. So I mentioned earlier, Batty Quay has some photos on her page that were professionally taken by her of 50 Cent and Jacquees. We want to make some noise, and we want to tag 50 Cent on her post so he can see those photos. So make sure y'all head over to her page and tag 50 Cent and Jacquees. Make sure y'all also are trying to ask some questions here, guys.
Yes.
We have a few more questions before we end here. So what would you say we can expect from you in the next upcoming months, like next 2 months, something, soon?
I would say more content getting pushed out from me. I do want to provide more of my work on social media for you all. I am getting ready to rebrand 4 Eye Portraits too. Okay, so I'm excited about that. I want to rebrand transitioning into the new year.
And who's helping with that?
I haven't decided yet. I've kept one of my friends kind of like on the back burner for like the last year or so. Her name is Jans, and she does the Queen Theory. She does a lot of branding and marketing, and I always send people to her. And I haven't
social media stuff.
It's like I haven't got a chance to actually work with her, but I most definitely want to create my portfolio now. I think I have enough photo shoots
to organize your work
to choose from, and I have something from like each genre that people can look at, like, oh, okay, I want to look at wedding photos, I want to look at engagement, like, yes, that's cool. And then also events coming from the Camera Lab. This month I did decide to start a vinyl record club. So it's kind of like book club, but instead we'll be choosing a album to listen to on the vinyl record player, and then actually just sit there, conversate, drink, and just kind of dissect the songs in our own opinions and how we feel about them.
I love that.
So I do want to, that's going to be starting this month. And just other events, networking events, and then also Kick It events, so that people can kind of gravitate towards the Camera Lab too. Because when people start coming, like, oh, this is a nice space, I love this, they're like, oh, I know a photographer, let me book a shoot, or let me tell someone that they can come here. Because again, it's an affordable space. Because, like I said, I was once there where the fees were adding up, but I also want to give back to the community, and
this is the way to do it, man.
And
for sure.
Back at Kent, I was always throwing events too, whether it was for Sweet Sexy Savage or for my birthdays or just for myself. I always was able to bring people together to have a good time. So I want to continue to do that.
Nice. Well, I look forward to getting an invite then for one of those, because I really do like the vinyl club. That sounds absolutely amazing. That'd be something I'd be interested in. I will travel 2 hours to get there. So do you have any like advice you would give your younger self?
Ooh, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it, and I've always told myself. So continuing to tell my younger self it's going to be okay, and that everything's gonna be all right. And at the end of the day, you are you, and no one can tell you differently.
Yes, I love
and keep grinding.
Yes, yes.
Because it's all going to pay off in the end.
Man, if we could have told ourselves that, we would have saved ourselves a lot of stress,
on the floor crying. It's going to be okay.
Man.
Like, there ain't no reason for no tears, to be upset, no attitudes, no nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I was just telling my brother on my way up here, like, he was saying, I wake up every day feeling like a rapper. And I was like, I wake up every day feeling like a celebrity.
Period. Yeah.
I don't.
You better say it.
Like, I don't.
You gotta talk highly of yourself, you know?
Oh, we do. Every day.
Because that's very important. It really puts a pep to your step, wake up in the morning, get ready, and, talk to yourself.
Yeah, keep them affirmations going.
For sure. Let's see. I had a good question. Okay, so if there was a chance to receive anything you wanted as it relates to your business, what top three things would you ask for and why?
A business grant for funding.
Yeah.
A sponsorship from either like a champagne or a liquor company.
Okay.
Those
so that would be fun.
Yeah, just so that we have something in house. So not even sponsorships from just alcohol, sponsorships from anybody pertaining to any kind of business, just so that we have something in house. And then lastly, I would say a chance to get a bigger space. I want a warehouse. I want a creative warehouse. Like, that is
a big window.
Yes, that is just my dream. My dream is to have a creative warehouse where I have different photography studios that people can book. We have, one floor with just a video space where it's all white that, we can have cars come in, this and that, and then, have a recording studio, and also have like just an editing space where people can just come and chill, and then the event space. So that's eventually what I'm trying to go for. Like, I would say give me about 10 years and I'm gonna have it.
Yeah. And listen, and we gonna come back on this interview, we gonna listen to that right there, and we gonna see how far you've come. 10 years from now.
10 years from now.
It's up.
It's
up for sure. Now, one more last question, or I got two. What is typical pricing for your photo shoots?
typical pricing. So I have 2 different pricing options. I have studio, and then I have location shoots, which are outside of the studio, whether they're outdoors or they're at a different venue, other than my own. The location shoots start off at $150 an hour, and then studio shoots start off at $200 an hour. I still consider myself an affordable photographer, because there are people, you know, that charge $300 and up, you know. So I also have to look at my own demographics to see where I'm at, to see, you know, what people can also afford. And I'm such a pushover sometimes, but I feel like I'm comfortable with my pricing right now. Like,
and you also always offering deals.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
how I am.
Like,
I'm always offering deals because
and
I'm always trying to get that
and
sale.
raffles and whatnot. Like
I'm always trying to get that sale, or I'm always trying to get someone into the studio. I am. I'm always giving out free shoots, but I stopped doing free shoots.
Dang, why?
I felt like I was kind of getting taken advantage of. So I'm just like,
you went with me, baby. Go ahead and do it one more time, baby.
So I mean, it may come back later down the road
for the holidays.
Yeah, I may do a little something, but I try to think of, you know, specials to give back, so that people do have a chance to get in front of my camera.
Right. All right, so y'all heard it here first, man. Make sure y'all tap in, follow her so you can keep up with the latest deals and offers she has going on. So how can people connect with you?
You all can connect with me via Instagram. That's at Baddiequay. That's at BADDIEQUAY. You can also connect with me on Twitter, same name, at BADDIEQUAY. I'm not really active on Facebook, but I am on there scrolling, so you can send me a message on there. And I'm also very active in Columbus, Akron, and Cleveland business groups. So my name on there is Quaylin Nichelle. That's QUAYLYN, and then NICHELLE. So you can connect with me there. Follow 4i Portraits. You can text the number if you want to have questions, or you can just send a direct message. That's fine with me. So other than that, that's how you connect with me. Say hey if you see me out in the streets. I've gotten that a lot because my hair, like,
oh, you good.
So, and I love that when people do come up to me. That makes me all fuzzy inside.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's about it.
All right, and she's all over KVIC Relations page, so make sure you follow her. And this is it.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And thanks everybody for tapping in with us. Make sure you sharing this after we cut off today, and make sure you tagging us in those video shares.
For sure.
So thank you guys. Peace.
Thank you.
What's his name? Do you think he can?
You want to get anything?
Yeah, you can.
You want to say hello?
Say hello. This is the other. This is the owner.
This is my business partner of the Camera
Lab. Peace, guys. Thanks.
It's up at the top.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta hit that.
You don't
red.
You should.